Meanwhile, let's get...
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Flex and Rants show. My head's all a bit all over the place right now, you know. Away wins galore, you know. But seriously, obviously we beat Norwich. Fantastic game. Supposed to do that to these kind of men. Let's not get that twisted.
Yeah.
But obviously everyone's happy. Martial back in the squad. Our guy,
Made
our
all the
striker,
difference,
made
all
the
the
difference. Turning point for Ollie. Turning point for Man United. Could it be 2 away wins in a week?
Nah. You know what I was saying, bro?
Well,
Listen,
it can't be a turning point.
It's too reactionary. You know what
Yeah.
I don't like, yeah? There's a lot of these football fans that they're happy to forget like the whole season, yeah, based off one performance that we did what we were supposed to do, bro. Like don't ever get it twisted. There were parts in that game when we were 2-0 up in the second half where we were pinned back by Norwich. Let's not forget that. You know what I mean? A lot of people will forget that, man, and that is the
Oh,
problem.
we can't forget City went there and got turned over.
Exactly. However,
You know, tough place to go sometimes.
But what they
Aston
did
Villa went
against
there and
City,
bag 5.
exactly. Aston Villa
So they're
bag
like
5
this.
there.
Yeah.
So they're a yo-yo team.
Chelsea bag 4.
They're a very good footballing team, but they don't have the players to play that kind of football
so they
against
will
the
go
top
down.
team. So they will.
Yeah.
They'll get roasted, innit? Like
But
the
on
way
us, what did you like? What did you like about it? I know.
I liked Martial. Like Martial is the glue, innit? We've seen that the way he holds the ball and links play means we play better football and we keep the pressure in their third for longer because he can hold it. Rashford can't hold it. He always tries to flick it
Yeah.
and all of that. Same with James. He'll try and win a foul or whatever. But Martial will back in, hold it, lay it off. You saw even for his goal, the give and go with Rashford. Give and go,
Yeah.
gone again, give it
He did
again.
that a couple of times,
You see
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
he's the one that holds it and initiates everything. He is, like, he's crucial, bro. Like, he even makes Rashford look better. Do you see what I mean? So, like, I was happy with that. I was happy with...
Changing formation, going there. Like we said about, obviously, it is about how you apply a formation, whether it's positive or negative or attacking or defensive. But it was kind of like, well, fucking, this is Norwich, bro. Go for their throats.
Well,
Play
there you
Rashford,
go.
play Martial,
And
play
the Freddie
James and go for
McTominay
them.
double pivot was very
Yeah.
good, but then you play Pogba ahead of that, you dickhead, bro.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? We've been calling for that all season. Play Fred and McTominay and play Pogba further forward.
Yeah.
Why is he playing in that deep role for? You see what I'm saying? Like, there's things that could be built on from that performance in terms of the shape and stuff like that. But overall, like, it's pretty much the same. It's just that we are playing against a team that, like, we were supposed to be in it.
There are a lot bigger tests to come, obviously.
Football
yeah.
for football, yeah, we're meant to beat them because we have better players than them. And that's it. That's why I'm not getting carried away by the performance at all.
Do you think the players, though, it's got to give them confidence, though, innit? Because the rut that we've been in, I know it's against Norwich, but it's a saying that you can only play what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't a good performance against Partizan, it was a shit performance, awful
Terrible.
performance, they still won.
Yeah.
Which they haven't done in a long time. So that's 2 away wins that we haven't done for some time. And it's true, it's all about context because Chelsea next, and that's not really the more important game. If you win or lose, you're out of the Carabao Cup, so what? Probably have to make some changes. But Bournemouth away, go and win that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when we was looking at the table after every single point, every single game a few weeks ago, going, we're just above the relegation. We've won 1 game and shot right up.
But this
so
is
it
it.
shows like how reactionary things can be. I'm not saying that we're not going to be back down there with another loss because the reality is we could.
But we could beat Bournemouth and be in the top half of the table.
do you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know what the
Comfortably.
numbers are like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know we're only
I
3
think
points.
we're 7th now.
Yeah,
Is it?
I didn't even know. I don't
something
look
like
at the
that.
table no more.
Yeah.
But I know we're 3 points of Arsenal, yeah?
And
And
they're
last
fifth.
week, man, were laughing, saying 14th. Do you see what I mean? And now we're 3 points off them, man. So that you've seen how quickly, especially
Yeah.
at this time of season, things can change. Till we get to Christmas, I'm not really interested in the table. Nor should anyone really be. Because these things, like, they're changing every week. So yeah, like, ultimately, I didn't see anything that I didn't know yesterday. I knew that Martial was crucial down the middle. He showed that.
Did you think it would improve Rashford's games? I want to talk about Rashford.
Yeah.
Me and you, we always talk about Rashford in terms of how badly he's been playing. Is his confidence is shot? Yeah, maybe there is a player in there. We want him to grow.
Yeah.
Not that we want him sold or anything, but he's been down in the dumps, hasn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Since
I was
since
happy for
remember.
him.
But he had a better game as
Yeah,
well.
he had a
didn't he?
decent game. I was happy for him in terms of he needs the confidence, innit? Like, I thought there were a lot of times when the ball did go up to him and he lost it, bruv, and the attacks broke down, innit? But, like, that's what he is. But he's a moments player, innit? Rashford is a moments player, like. And the thing is, we're happy to overlook his many flaws, yeah, if he gives us good moments, innit? That's what football fans are like. They're fickle like that. So as long as he keeps producing little bits of brilliance, like, I feel like we're not in a position where we we can't afford to not have him kind of thing.
Yeah,
do you know
because
what I
he's
mean?
still going to produce something here and
he's
there.
still going to produce every now and then. Like, do you know what I mean? If we're where we're meant to be, yeah, he's not starting. However, out of what we got, you have to admit, like, he's one of our best attacking players, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
Bro.
But do you think, though, you're talking about these moments, do you think that these moments can become more frequent with the likes of Martial in the squad? Because you see that the link-up that they're trying to do together, that, not just for Martial's goal, but they did that quite a lot. There was a time when the first half, Martial slid him in, he had the first shot of the game.
They have a chemistry about them, like
Rashford
similar
kind of
to
chested it, then Martial point blank.
Jesse and Rashford have a similar kind of chemistry where they look for each other.
Do you know what I mean? They're friends. Do you think him and Tony could have that?
Yeah, I think that they look for each other, like it's obvious. So if they're playing together, I think that Tony will bring out the best in Marcus Rashford. Do you know what I mean? Because he's clever, like he's so, his assists and his football brain is so underrated, Martial, bro. He plays little cute balls around the corner, slide, holds it, plays
the way
it
he
up.
looks after the ball, I think it's, and there's times when you look at little simple things where you have to look back on it to think, actually, that was a really important touch. Or the decision to not take an extra touch was actually a really good decision.
Yep.
It's his intelligence on the ball. And yes, it's against Norwich, but it's not even just that. We've seen the win ratio with him in the side under Solskjaer
It's
versus
in
not.
mid-70s.
Do you know what I mean?
We're in like, what, the 20s without him.
So it proves like his intelligence does bring a lot to our attack, right? We're still going to have the problems in midfield, but across the front three, he's crucial.
He's the glue. He's the only attacking player that we have that holds it, takes care of it, lays it off, and then when he lays it off, he keeps moving, bro. Like, and that's how he scored his goal. He got the ball, he played it to Rashford, and he kept going, and then Rashford plays a back heel, and then he dinks the keeper. The finish, if that was Rashford, he would have probably drilled it with his left foot into the goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? And Tony's just lifted it over him. Like, there's no one else in the team that's got that.
He made Tim Krul in the centre-back just...
Bro, I never forget, that there was a certain part of the fan base that were trying to get rid of man, bro. Him and Pogba, they turned on him saying they want rid of him, and now they're singing Tony Marshall scores again, bro. That's what I mean, football.
It happens. I want to talk about Scott McTominay.
Oi, Sergio Biscuits, I told man.
He was everywhere yesterday,
I told man, Sergio Biscuits.
And you know when you see the replays, his finish was cold.
Bad boy, bad boy.
I mean, look, we've reserved judgment on him, and I think the top level of football, when he first broke in, I think a lot of Man United fans were kind of like, look, he's a good lad. He looks energetic. He's been thrusted into the first team with Jose Mourinho. It's not his fault, but he's looking a bit out of sorts. He is coming into his own.
McTominay is good enough. He's good enough, bro. If he continues to accept that, all right, you're a holding midfielder now, which he seems to be doing because he sees himself as an attacking midfielder, but he's almost taken on the responsibility of being a defensive midfield player, and he said, you know what, okay, that's my position. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to stay disciplined. And he's a manager's dream. He's one of them players where, like, he'll play wherever he's told to play, innit? And you need players like that. And because he's an attacking player in his head, he always shoots on sight. He likes to get the ball out of his feet and shoot.
And I like that.
And it's brilliant, bruv, because when the ball spills to the edge of the box, like you saw against Arsenal and that, man, McTominay is ready to pull that trigger,
He's ready to climb.
He's ready, innit? So, like I told man, Sergio Biscuits, man, just do the simple things.
That's what it is. It is like, I think, to be fair, Jose said it with him. Simplicity is his best attribute. And it's like, he has that head as a young player, and not even just the head. The way he uses his body. He's so physical. Like, he does put it about. He's got that nastiness inside him. He was winding up the Norwich fans. Like, he has that grit that. But not only is he showing grit at the moment, he's actually showing a little bit of quality. Like, because we don't want to just, cheer passion merchants. We're always criticising people like, well, we're shouting these men out because they're showing effort. Not only is he showing effort, he is actually showing moments of quality, and he got a couple of goals this season.
McTominay is good. You know the problem is, and even for me, at the beginning, he was playing with Fellaini and Matic. Like I said, when you get put in a midfield like that, if you're not mobile, like a Pogba and that, bruv, like, you're going to look shit, innit? And that's what it was in McTominay. And I said before, you know what, I judged him playing in the midfield with them two man. And man have to take it back and say, you know what, No, I said it before.
No, I'm joking.
I said
but
it
they're
ago.
going to be like, whoa,
Nah.
have you seen the latest flex of Rants? Rants took it back.
I said this months ago, though. I said this months ago.
We always say we can always change opinion based on evidence.
I said it months
new
ago.
Evidence,
I said it months ago.
The trial's being reopened, bruv. The jury's spoken again because of new evidence that's being presented.
Bro, I said it months and months ago, When I first saw him, I was judging him based on him playing with Matic and Fellaini. As soon as you started seeing him play with Pogba in the pivot, you started to see what he offers, innit? But now, he just looks more refined, more mature, and I feel like every game we play, like, there's a bit of arrogance about his game now.
He's starting to believe, like,
he's starting
you know
to believe
what?
he's good now.
I am a
Do you know
first
what I
teamer,
mean?
and not only am I a first teamer, I'm an integral part of this Man United
Because before
squad.
he used to look unsure, a bit scared, and he used to rush things.
Which you can
now,
kind of expect
now
with a young player.
McTominay's taking time on the ball, like just turning man now. Like, I think he spun a man, like, and he just bounces man and he's holding it.
Sometimes
he
he's
wasn't doing
got
that
some
before.
feats, yeah.
Before McTominay was getting it and just giving it
Yeah,
straight away. But now he's like, you know what, like I'm one of the first names on the team sheet. The arrogance is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's puffing out his chest. He's looking like a bad boy now.
And he's got a bit of the scumbaggery.
Yeah.
I like that, like the off-the-ball stuff, or when someone's gone in hard on something, he's in their face. He's like, what? He's using that, and I do like that.
He's ready, innit? Like, he's ready, bruv. He's a Manchester United player now.
I said in my match reaction, the title of the video was Fred growing in confidence gradually.
Bruv.
And he's
He
starting
played
to really,
wavy,
he's
blood.
starting to show, innit?
Told man about Frederick, you know, and you know what's mad, like, people got preconceived notions of Fred, and also I think that people expect him to be someone he's not, similar to Pogba. Like, I see bare people tweeting saying, oh, Fred's having a shit game, and I was like, bruv, Fred's having a sick game,
Yeah, he was playing.
And then,
what
bro,
were
when I
you
saw
watching?
the stats, man, 93% pass completion, 100% duels won, all of this, bro. Fred is the guy that will run, win the ball, and play the simple pass.
He was everywhere. He was
Simple
everywhere.
pass, bro.
And he allows, like the Carrick role, but maybe not that level of passing.
It's more like
Intercept,
what
win it back,
Kante
and
does,
give it
just
to them
win
to
it,
go play. Yeah.
win it and give it to, obviously Kante's the elite level of that kind of player, but you just win the ball and give it simple.
And
that's
you
what
know
Fred
what?
does.
And he can
And he's got good
contribute
feet,
to the
bruv.
attack.
Yeah.
There was one he had it with his right foot.
Switched it to the left.
Switched it to the left, and I was
then
like, oh,
sprayed it.
saucy, yeah.
Bro, he's left-footed.
And he had the shot that got us the penalty, whether you think it was harsh or not with the VAR. You know, he is there, edge of the box, looking to try and make things happen as well.
I told man about Fred, bruv. There's a player in there. So you have to be patient, innit? Like, physically, like, he's not a big guy, so his game relies on winning the ball and getting rid of it. Like, he's never going to be your box-to-box.
He's an ankle nibbler.
Actions.
He's just there, innit? Just little
He's
nips,
not your
little
Steven
nips.
Gerrard, your
Nah.
Paul Pogba. He just wins the ball and passes it, bruv. You watch players like Ndidi and that, that's what their man do. Just win the ball, pass
Give
it
it.
simple.
Yeah.
They're not going to spray it 40 yards into a man's feet. Don't expect that from them, but expect them to break up the play, be a nuisance. And if you're in centre mid, you don't want to play against Fred, because even if you get past him, he keeps coming, bro. You know what I mean? He had a very good game yesterday. When I see a man online saying, oh, Fred's playing shit,
don't
I
get
was
it.
scratching my head. I was like, bro, nah.
Yeah.
Know what to expect. When you manage your expectations with certain ballers, you'll start to appreciate what they do. And it's the same with McTominay. Do you know what I mean? When you manage your expectations and know that, yeah, all right, cool, this is not Paul Scholes. You know what I mean? It's not Michael
I'm
Carrick.
not going to hold him up to that level.
Do you know what I mean? Don't hold him up to that level. Hold it. Just look at what man does well, and then start to hold them to that. Do you know what I mean? And then you'll start to appreciate, like, there's definitely a player.
Well, since we spoke about, we may as well finish off that midfield trio with Pereira at the top of that.
I wasn't happy with him. I thought he was rubbish.
Where do you stand on Pereira in that role?
That is
some
his
people
position,
said, some
but-
people said, yeah. Some people are saying like he had an amazing game, which I didn't say amazing game, but I saw effort
wasn't
and I
amazing,
saw
it was
trying
crap,
to
man.
buzz around, but the quality wasn't there. What the only good thing I will say about Pereira was his consistency from corners.
Yeah.
I thought every corner he hit was
Because
actually
he's
into a
techie,
dangerous.
bro.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
But his football brain's not good enough to play centrally in a high-speed game like in the Premier League. In Europe, like in the Europa League, Pereira can play there. But I don't think that his football IQ, you don't have the wing mirrors, innit? When you play in there, you got to play on the half turn and you got to know what's around you. Pereira likes to take 3 touches on a turn and he gets tackled a lot of the time. His only saving grace is that he works hard. He'll run, he'll put in slide tackles, and he'll kind of make it up. But for me, brother, you might as well play Jesse in there if you're going to play Pereira, because you're not really getting nothing. It's only the corners, like you said. It's not good enough, bro. Like, we're crying out for a proper number 10. Like, play Pogba there.
Yeah, because
ahead
even
of them,
Pogba,
man.
like that's probably not his best position,
It's
but
not. Pogba
he
needs
can
to be a bit
easily,
further back.
he
However,
can easily play there.
If Pogba plays there, like, he'll get you 15 goals.
Yeah.
Like, put it that way, because them chances when Pereira's getting the ball, this man around him, Pogba will just bounce man
and
off.
think of the link up like
just
with
bang it.
Martial and Rashford if he's just
Yeah.
behind them in the 10. Surely, let's talk about that. I mean, Pogba not going to be out till December now. pretty
Cheers,
much.
Ollie, for that.
Yeah, saying he really
mad,
needs a rest. It looked like they rushed him back in them 2 little
They
games.
did.
Well, I mean, Ollie said himself that Pogba said, I want to play. He said, put me on the thing. We've got Arsenal, I'm playing. Kind of thing. So maybe it was Pogba kind of dictating
Yeah, but the
situation,
medical
he wants to
team-
play. But the way the rest they're
The
giving him
medical
now
team need to
shows
tell
it's a
him
big
no.
injury.
Yeah, the medical
exactly.
team obviously saw something. They said he had like a fracture or something in the ankle and that. Well, you should have seen that. Like, what are you man getting paid to do, bro? If he says I want to play, you say no. You're not playing. The season is how many months long, yeah? And you're rushing man back for a game right at the beginning of the season. It's not a pivotal game. They should have overruled him and told him
It
he's
was
not
the
playing.
Rochdale game he
Rochdale,
came back
he
for,
played
innit?
90
Yeah, he played
minutes.
90 minutes and then we
That's
did him
what
again
done
at
him.
Arsenal.
That's
and then
what
that was
done
it.
him.
Ain't seen him since.
That's what done him, bro.
Yeah.
Decisions like that could well cost us, like, in the running up to Christmas, bro. Because we need to be there or thereabouts until he comes back.
Daniel James, to finish off
Wait,
on
that
the
assist?
Norwich game.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was Stephen Warnock. See, he's a scouse. But
Yeah.
he said on Sky today, he was like, look, everyone's getting gassed at Daniel James's pass. He's like, I could have made that pass.
He could have.
Norwich sat, so which is kind of true, but
It wasn't an amazing pass, but
The
I just
way
didn't
he's-
expect it from him.
exactly. It just
That's
shows
what it was.
it's one thing to have the space to do. You still got to see it and you still got to measure it right, and I get that.
But that's what it was.
But and then there was another chance. Obviously, he won the penalty, which
I didn't think
questionable.
that was a penalty. I thought that was a dive. To be honest.
Do you know what? I'm not
And
gonna lie. In the stands, I was like, that's a definite pen.
I was getting
100%.
annoyed because
But then
he
when I
does
saw it
that.
back
He does
later-
that a lot, and that's what I mean. Like I said online, and loads of people were attacking me for it. Like you don't just see things when it's players on other people's teams. Daniel James does it a lot. He waits for the player to come, he bounces into them, and
I
he
think
falls
it's
over.
just smart, bro. I just think
It
it's
is smart, yeah, but
He's not
if,
cheating. He's not diving.
no, but if
he's
you
just,
could
he's just buying the
score,
contact.
but he could have scored though. He didn't need to go down. He went into the guy, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you use
Maybe
a bit
didn't
of
fancy
your
his strength,
if you use a bit of your strength, you can just literally use your core, plant your feet, bounce off him, and use that momentum to kind of push you forward. But he's happy to go down. Like
Yeah.
he's happy to go down.
Yeah, I think
Do you know
because
what
he's so quick as well and a little
Yeah.
nimble, he probably thinks he probably get the rubber.
So,
and
like-
that's just how he plays. But even the second half, I don't know if you saw, there was a chance where he was kind of pelting down the right when he's clean through, and he squared it across the
Yeah.
box to Martial, and then Martial had a left foot shot, it was saved. Like, he knew the right time to cross. He's
His
done that.
crossing-
He's quite good.
His crossing is very good, but it's not just the crossing; it's the timing of the crossing.
when
like,
to do it.
It's deliberate.
Because that
You
was
know-
quite early when he crossed that.
You know, there's certain attackers, like that go down the outside and just swing it in.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he tries to place his crosses.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is good.
And from the right
I think
side.
I prefer him on the right now. You know
Yeah.
why? Because when he's on the
If
left,
he was saying he has to play left,
you know why? Because on the left he goes down the outside, but then the crosses he just hits them across goal like there because he don't have a left
aimless,
foot.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas with the right hand side, do you know what I mean? He doesn't really have the trickery, but he's got the pace to go down the outside. On the left hand side, against clever fullbacks, he's too predictable, isn't it? I think Rashford is as well. But Rashford's got a bit more skill. Like Rashford's got the trick to go past a man, whereas James ain't got a step over in his locker. Like it's just down the line.
Not, he's
innit?
just so quick and nimble,
Yeah.
just change direction.
So out of the two of them, I think that James will score more goals from the left than Rashford probably. However, like Rashi's better at beating the man. He'll occupy his fullback better. So it's a good problem to have, innit? Like they're both not at the level that they need to be at. But ultimately, them three against 95% of the Premier League, it should be good enough.
Exactly, we've got to go for the throat, man. We've
Yeah.
got to get these guys on the pitch. Let us know what you guys are thinking about the Norwich game in terms of, were Norwich just that bad and we were lucky? Can you see a turning point, or were we that good? Is it good to see Martial back? Is Martial going to be a linchpin? Is the combination between Martial and Rashford going to be something going forward that we can all look forward to? So let us know your thoughts on that. All right, next up, man. We can't not talk about this topic. Because it's kind of not that relevant, but it is because we fucking missed the most.
Yeah.
Penalties. Should De Gea take the next one?
McTominay.
Yeah.
Sergio Biscuits, man. You know why, yeah? Because he just strikes the ball. So I have a feeling if he takes penalty, you just blast it in the top corner.
Yeah.
You know the ones that
The man said that to me in the fan cam. He was
Yeah.
like, get all the flair players off of it. He was like, put a centre half or a centre mid on there
Nah, I
because
don't-
they'll run up and smack it. That's what he said.
I agree, bro.
That's what he
like,
said.
Bro, when it comes to taking penalties, yeah, the best penalty taker, Alan Shearer. You know why? Put your laces through the ball, blood.
Letitia.
Like, clot it,
Leighton
bro.
Baines.
Like, yeah, just clot it.
Yeah.
Like, man's not in this
Milner.
finesse. You don't need to hit the side netting, bro. Just clot it, innit?
Van Nistelrooy was banging at penalties. Like, just...
Yeah, because you clot it, bro. You're 11 yards out, bro. Clot it. Like, you
But
know
the thing is, when we were talking about Rashford, how he hits the ball, and you remember me say he strikes
he
the
does
ball
clot
very
it,
well.
but he tried. But he's only good going in one corner,
How much of it is just unluckiness and a bad phase, or actually this is a bit of a problem?
bro.
Because you can always miss a pen, but we shouldn't be missing that.
It is unlucky.
We
Also, referees don't enforce the rules that they used to. Goalkeepers are on the edge of the 6-yard box when you're striking the ball now. Do you know what I mean? They are. Like, they're stepping 3-4 steps out.
Yeah,
before
and
they
in the
dive.
World Cup, that was a big thing.
Yeah,
in
because
the World
that's
Cup,
cheating,
yeah.
bro. Because really and truly, like,
You're shutting down the angle.
you're shutting down the
closing
angle
yeah.
massively, and they're big guys anyway. You got a 6'4" guy there, yeah, and he steps out and he closes it, bro.
But Tim Krul is a bad boy.
He's a proper
penalty saver.
penalties taker. Bro,
Like,
that's
in the World
why-
Cup, they brought him on for the penalties.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
why you have to go
For
down the
Holland.
middle against these pussies.
I
blood.
said that when
You go
Tony
down the
Marshall
middle.
I was going to just go down the middle.
Just go down the middle. Because these men, they're committed to the dive,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah,
come
they
off
want
the
that.
line.
Yeah,
Down
yeah.
the middle, innit? Like, that's what you got to do. But honestly, like, Martial is still our best penalty taker. I don't know what he did with
Yeah, he's
that
got the
penalty.
highest percentage, yeah.
But he's our best penalty taker. And also, in one-on-one situations, yeah, he's the man that you would put your house on. If you had to choose one player in the team, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, you choose Tony.
And the thing is, because he just scored one in midweek,
Yeah.
it's funny, again, I had to eat my words. When Rashford stepped up, I was like, oh, Tony's just scored one
You know
midweek,
why
just
I
let
think
him
Tony
take
missed
it.
as well? because he went in the opposite
Yeah,
corner to where Rashford
he probably
went.
thought, oh,
Whereas
Tim Krul's gonna go
Tony's normal corner's that way.
I was
so
thinking,
he-
why not just go the same way you went
He should
in
have
midweek?
gone. He should
But
have
then
gone the way
again,
he normally goes.
with penalties, yeah, it is very much like if you score, it's great. If you miss, it's like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And then ones where, like, you know, it's like sent the keeper the wrong way,
Yeah.
but if the keeper went the right way, it would have been a terrible penalty.
Yeah, but you
it's
know
one
what
of
it
them
is,
ones
yeah?
where it's,
penalties
you
are
can
a
just
lottery.
miss. Yeah.
However, if I'm gonna miss going in the corner I'm comfortable going.
Yeah,
in.
Rafford's one was quite poor though.
It was
that
a poor penalty.
It was
a
close to the
P-roller.
keeper. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For me, strike the ball well, and if the goalkeeper saves it, then he saves it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But none of these P-rollers into the goalkeeper's hands.
But
because-
shouldn't you think, when you think of the size of the goal and from how far you're out from a penalty, technically, if you run up to it and lace it in any corner, the keeper should have no chance.
But they dive early these days, bruv. Like
Yeah.
they're coming out and diving before you even struck
Or
the ball.
top bins one.
Yeah.
No, the keeper never dives top bins.
You
They
can't
don't
go
dive
top
there.
bins,
It's not
man.
FIFA where you can pick top bins and actually go
penalties,
there.
you have to go low, bruv, because a comfortable height for the keeper is waist height.
Yeah, so
Because
if you
they
go
don't
top
have-
bins and get just below, you're fucked.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
waist
yeah.
height, yeah,
Only
literally
sketting man
waist
can do
height.
the top
Because
bins.
goalkeepers, once their feet are planted and that, like the hardest place for them to get is all the way down because they have
Yeah.
to move their feet
Yeah.
or all the way up. But in between
between's
is
too
always when
comfortable.
you see keepers who save it. Always.
But you look at, like,
they dive the wrong way and save it with their feet.
Yeah, all
You
the
know
time.
what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Against Rochdale, obviously it's against Rochdale,
Yeah.
but we scored every single penalty. I think there's a penalty shootout against Milan when Daniel James got the winning penalty.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh, penalties, I don't mind us. But then, like,
Tim
when it
Krul
really...
saves penalties for breakfast, blood. That's what he does for breakfast.
Yeah.
And because Rashford missed that one,
He played on his
Martial
head.
constantly, like in his head, he was probably thinking, all right, go the other
Yeah.
way. Nah, bro. And that's what it is.
But what I liked about it is that they both missed penalties, but in the end, they both had the last
bagged.
half. Like, Rashford nutsed him.
But even
and
that finish
Martial
from
thinks
Rashford,
it.
I'm going to be real with you. Yeah?
I thought it should have been in the corner, but
He
it
didn't
looked-
mean to nutmeg him, bro. Like, it was a poor shot, but it went through the keeper's legs. Like, he opened his body up
Get the
like he
last
wanted
laugh.
to slide
I
it
thought,
in,
yeah, maybe that was
and it
part of
went
the
through
trick.
his legs. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, because even his body shape told you don't go there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But in finishing school, like when you're in academies, they always say tight angles go at the keeper's legs so they can't close their legs.
Yeah,
And
it's
Tim
quick.
Krul spread well, but
Yeah.
Rashford didn't mean to go through his legs, bruv. So it ended up being a good goal, but like I was worried.
Yeah.
Like I can't lie, innit? You know what I mean? But bruv, we'll take them, bruv. You see, when they go in, it doesn't matter what you meant, fam.
Right, we're going to look at some questions.
Yeah.
Not that one. All right, okay. How many wins in a row does Ollie need to be at? How many wins in a row does Ollie need to be Ollie at the wheel again? That's from Ben 8856.
You'll never be Ollie at the wheel ever again. It's tainted, bro. It's done. It's done out here. I don't ever want to hear that song
No,
again.
just not. I was going to say, not even just
Yeah.
that. The song's just annoying
Yeah.
now.
I don't want to hear that song again, bro. Like, I'm going to be real, yeah. I'm not changing my stance.
What? So if he wins every game from now to the end of the season, we win the league. You wouldn't sing Ollie's at the wheel?
We're not going to win the league. But also, like, no, like, he's just not good enough, bro. Like, I feel like it's horrible, yeah, like, when you see these football fans. Like, even you could hear at the Norwich game, them man was singing that fucking
Take Me
Alan Shearer
Home.
and all that. Yeah, the fucking Dara, all that. Get out of here, man. Like, I don't
We're
wanna hear
singing.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear no Ollie songs, bro, because it's like, man have been shit. We didn't have an away win for over 6 months. And then, like, we get one and all of a sudden, man are singing again. Come on.
So what are we supposed to do? Not say, not celebrate one?
No, I'm not saying that, but don't sing that because he's still a shit manager, bro. Like he's still rubbish.
What if he turns
bro.
it round?
He's not turning it around.
How do you
bro.
know?
Like the only thing he's turned around is the bus, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna park it
Is
the other
it,
way.
is it in drive now instead of
Bro,
reverse?
you know what it is, yeah? Like them man there, yeah. Like the players won that yesterday because they were just better than the man they were playing against.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
We still got to wait, exactly.
Bro,
Because if
man
we go
still-
lose against Bournemouth...
Man still
then-
waited for like nearly 80 minutes to make a change again. He keeps doing it, bruv. Like it's just like, oh, this is working. Like no, it's
Well,
not.
as soon as it
bro.
got to 3, he took off Martial. Maybe he wanted to secure
bruv,
the back.
At 2-0, there was times where
No,
Norwich-
75th minute it was. It was
Yeah,
75th
yeah, it was
minute.
75th, but
and
that's
he
what I'm
secured
saying.
the bag 3-0, get Martial
But
off.
bruv,
What's
why
wrong
are you
with that?
waiting 75 minutes to make a change for, bruv? Like when Norwich had us pinned back, I thought they were gonna score.
Did
for
you?
a bit.
No,
yeah.
I didn't. I
I
didn't.
did, bruv, 'cause
But
I was
I
thinking
looked at
they're
them, I thought
rubbish,
these man
yeah?
got no quality. Timo Pukki who? Fucking Pucker Pies, bruv. No. No. You didn't do
bruv, man,
shit.
like Meet You 2.0 and
Do you know what I'm saying? Now I looked at it and I thought, nah, you know what? I like that because he's like, bruv, we got swagger. These men are not going to score against us. When the game goes to bed, I'll take Martial because we need him. I
just
did
felt
like that.
Pereira was poor. Like that change should have been made.
Would you put Matter in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
control the game because like Norwich weren't beating us with pace, and when
I
you're
just
under
felt
pressure, you
comfortable.
need someone to just keep the ball in it. Matter takes care of it, even though he ain't got legs. Give him 20 minutes and that. But I don't like the fact that Ollie always makes his changes in the last 15 minutes. It tells me that he ain't really watching the game, bro. Because he, as you know, when you're sitting in the stadium, you can feel the momentum shift. And he never reacts to the momentum shift. He only reacts to when we concede and that. And I don't like that, bruv. Don't wait for man to concede.
You want to see it while we're in a position of strength and
it.
then go and kill it
Make
off.
the changes then, because it shows that like you're in tune with the game instead of, oh shit,
Okay.
they've scored now, let's put on a 6th defender.
I don't know, I just never felt that would happen yesterday. For the first time in ages, I actually looked at an opposition. Because we created so many chances,
like
but
they've got nothing, yeah.
I did think that, Rants. Like, I know we've been playing against a lot of poor sides, but this is the first time we've put a poor side to the sword.
I felt like if they scored, we would have scored again, yes.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
However, like, them man shouldn't have been in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. This question is completely kind of off right now. This is from B1 Re. If you could bring back one United legend, who would it be and why? That's a tough question.
Is that from any time?
Let's say any era, yeah, because it's a United legend, so that could be.
I don't know. For the team, what the team needs now.
Yeah, for what the team needs now.
Is Michael Carrick, bruv. That's what the team needs. Because we need someone deep to pass the ball, bruv. We're
See,
crying out.
that could be an unpopular opinion. You know? Like, that's a deep, because you might think you can't Cantona, Beckhams, or Giggs.
We don't need that.
Like,
we don't need that right now. We don't need a Giggs right now.
Do we need a prolific goal scorer? Would you bring back a Van Nistelrooy?
No, because we need to get the ball up to Van Nistelrooy. There's no point having him there if the ball can't get the ball to him, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And Van Nistelrooy thrived in a team of David Beckham, guys that are creating loads of chances.
I'd bring Scholes back.
Yeah, but you're thinking about probably like Scholes towards the end of his career that was pinging it, because prime Scholes was box to box.
Box to box, that's what I mean. Box to box dictating.
But I just feel like, but we've got Pogba for box to box.
Or what about Roy Keane?
Again, he doesn't pass like Michael Carrick, though.
So you can
do you know
have
what I mean? I feel like Michael Carrick's the only player that does what no one in our team does.
Right
do you know
now,
what I mean?
yeah.
Right now, with
That's
both
a very
feet.
interesting point. We'll put that question to you
what I
guys.
mean?
If you guys could bring back a United legend of any era, who would it be? Some people might say Dennis Owen, so we can score pens. I don't know. I don't know. Is it time to play Rashford and Martial up front after that performance from Josh? Not this Josh. 009.
Away from home, in the 3-5-2, yes, absolutely. Against the bigger teams, play them together. Against the smaller teams, we can play it just like that. Rashford from the left. And there was one thing when Rashford just dinked it down the line and blew man out. Like, Rashford likes to do
I watched
that.
it. That was in front of us. I was like,
man,
just take him.
Rashford is not a striker, bro. He likes to run at players, bro.
Adam was saying he's made his mind up. His best position is a winger.
Yeah, it is.
Do you agree with that, or do you
I
think he is
always
a
said
number
that. He's not a 9. He's never been a 9, bro. Like, he's never been a 9. He's not a 9. If he thinks he's a 9, he needs to just focus on playing on the wing. He will improve as a player if he says in his head, you know what, I'm just a winger. I'm going to look at wingers, watch wingers play, watch Wolf play, watch all these guys play, and just focus on being a winger. That's the best advice you could give Marcus Rashford now, because you're not a striker, bro.
Okay. TJ the Maestro, I've just added in but TJ Maestro says, is this one of those wins that will have us all hyped and we go back to normal us next week?
If we get pammed by Bournemouth, then that win doesn't really, because Bournemouth are a better team. They're higher
exactly,
up in the
and they
table.
haven't been playing well at the minute, Bournemouth, by their own standards, so they're going to be looking for a reaction. It is a winnable game, of course it is, but it's always a banana skin going down there. We've done all right there in the last couple of years, but it is always a banana skin, tough place to go to, isn't it? And that's the
play
game
good
that matters.
football, and also, unlike Norwich, they've got tough players. Do you know what I mean? They've got resilient players. They've got players that will kick you. They've got the Callum Wilsons and stuff like that will make you physically work as well. Norwich play pretty football, but they're not a physical team. Bournemouth have physical players, and they play football as well. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. That's a much bigger test than Norwich.
There's speculation that Watford are interested in having Ashley Young back. Should we entertain an offer for them in January?
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me, but it makes sense for him to go back there, all of that, but...
Do you think they would go, fuck that, now you're all right?
No, I think they'll take him because his presence in the changing room will be good for them, but I think it is good for us as well. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, we don't have any leaders. No, I think we don't have any leaders. You got to keep him for now, bro, because it's like, Williams understudy for sure. Like, Ashley Young can play on both sides and that. Williams is good, but he's not ready. You know what I mean? So, like, Ashley Young, just for dressing room purposes...
Don't get rid of him.
You don't get rid of him now. It would be silly,
I think that would be a silly move. Like, as much as Ashley Young, on the ball, maybe
he's frustrating at times.
He was on toast by Aaron's a couple of times. He had him, and then he cleaned man out as well, and was saying, "I got the ball." No, you didn't, bro. But he's got like to be fair, it wasn't until I watched it back as well, and this is why you have to, before you make a whole judgment on a game, it is good to watch replays. It's very hard when you're at the game because you only see things once. That goal that we scored, the third goal, it's him who's got the toe poke and put us on the attack. So Norwich had the ball, and Ashley Young's coming through the back of him, won it, and then Martial's picked it up, then fed Rashford, then they went and scored. So, he's involved, So, and like you said, he's a generic scumbag, isn't he, really? Like, he's got that. This is a good question. This is from Dre at Dre0 on Twitter. Who will be sacked first, Emery or Ollie? You're thinking
I
deep
think
as well.
Emery, you know.
I think Emery.
You know why I think Emery?
Emery.
Because
they still want him to go. It's time to go.
yeah, I think it's. Wait,
I'm done with him, blood. Wait, listen. Wait there, hold on. My manager, you know. Don't even say nothing. Wait, I'm done with this guy, you know. Nah, I'm done with him. Fucking idiot, blood. I'm done with him, blood.
Emery out, man. I think Emery will go first.
Where's your Javiana's troops, blood? Man got the realest flip-flops, bro. What, go on. Javiana's central, bro.
Nah, bruv, that's what I mean. Toes out, blood. It's mad.
Man got the thong ones, bro.
It's mad, you know.
Not even sliders,
I
bro.
think
Man
Emery
got the
will
thong
go.
ones.
I think Emery will go first because.
Because they all want him out, bro.
But it's not just that. But yeah, but both of us want Ollie out. But the difference
Yeah,
is, like Arsenal, like their board, the way their board's set up, like I feel like they could get rid of Emery and get someone else in because they've got football.
Yeah, they've got a
not
structure.
there.
Yeah,
they've got a structure. Whereas with us, I think these men are so scattered. They're probably just thinking, you know what? Like I wouldn't even know the first place to look for a manager. So we just deal with this Ollie appeasing the fans so they can milk us some more. Do you know what I mean? So I think that Emery will go first.
Okay. At one Shani says, love the show, Flex. Been following you and Rants for a while now, but this is the first time I've actually tweeted, so big yourself up on that. Do you think Martial will come back and save Ollie's job the same way he did with Jose during that purple patch he had? He has a huge, he was a huge reason we looked so good.
Yeah, he was the only reason, bruv. I'm telling you, because without him, like we look at all the attacks, he's the glue that holds them all together. Everything comes off him. His movement is impeccable, bruv. His football intelligence, the way he takes care of the ball, even the weight he puts on the passes. Like even when he crosses the ball, he curls it and he kind of loops it in. Everything's deliberate with him. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing accidental. His class is consistent. So
he just needs to get the goals to show it now. I think he's always got the neatness inside him, that kind of acuteness about him, the intelligence. We want to see it transformed, obviously.
Martial is brilliant. I think in terms of saving Ollie's job, I don't know about that. Like I think if Ollie was going to get sacked, he'll get sacked anyway.
Yeah.
If he was never getting sacked, he won't get sacked.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think Martial is going to be pivotal in that.
This is from YT Dammy Online. Would you now consider McTominay a big game player?
I wouldn't say a big game player, but I think that McTominay is a Manchester United player now. Like I've had my reservations about him, but I think he's got the intangibles, that you need to be a Manchester United player, innit? Like, bruv, he's got it. He's got it here, bruv.
He's definitely proved it.
He's got it here,
you know what?
bro.
There was times when we questioned him, like, what does he do? What does he bring? And he's shown slowly as he's grown with his role.
It's his attitude.
What he brings.
Like he's growing
So,
as a
you
player.
have to
Like
be
his
honest,
stature
to be
on the
honest.
pitch, his confidence, all of that. That's what you need at the club. Forget the
I
quality.
don't think we ever said he was crap. I think we were just like...
He was just basic. Like, what does he do?
Yeah, but now we can
now
see
we're seeing it.
what he does.
But also, it's his attitude. That's the biggest change for him. Ability-wise, he hasn't gotten any better, but it's like he's brave now. Like he's almost taken on the responsibility to say, you know what, like I'm not like a Mason. I've just come through and give me time. Nah, he wants the responsibility. Like you can see the stature. Like he looks like one of the senior players, not by age, but in terms of like presence in the change room. Presence, blood. Yeah, I was saying.
It's nearly Christmas, mate. You better get your Christmas presents, blood, ready. Brandon Williams or Shaw says at
Brandon
Salah
Williams,
HVB.
bro. Brandon Williams.
Can we say that already?
Yeah,
Straight away?
because I just think Luke Shaw's pony. You know what I mean? Like,
simple.
honestly, I'd play Ashley Young ahead of him. That's how bad I think he is. So for me, like, it's not hard. I'd give Brandon ahead of Luke Shaw because at least, going forward, I know what he's going to give man, bruv. And defensively, he's got Harry Maguire behind him. Do you know what I mean? Before, when we never had good centre-backs, the fact that Luke Shaw didn't get forward was good because it meant that we had an extra defender. But now, you want flying fullbacks, and also overlapping fullbacks gives Rashford more space to work in, bruv, because you can get a 2-on-1 over there. So, like, I think, Brandon Williams. Give him a chance, bruv. Like that will keep Ollie in a job. Keep Ollie in a job. The only thing, bruv, if you just play the youth, I'll back that, bruv. Don't give it all this energy. Yeah, we'll do these youngsters and that, and then I'm seeing fucking Matic and Mata, bruv. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, and they haven't played for a while. One thing I will say is though, when Mason did come on, didn't have a good game.
But nah, he missed that chance.
He missed that
innit?
chance actually. To be fair, that was the only. But there was
But
times
he
where he
came
had to
on
hold
the
on
right
the ball.
again. But he done some good things,
he done,
like linking it with his back to goal. The ball came into him, he's fizzing it off, moving and that. But
couple
then
times he gave it way.
don't bring him on the right wing, bruv. It's annoying.
No, he came.
He was on the right side, bruv. He was on the
I saw he
right-hand
came on
side.
at 9. Oh, okay.
I saw him out on the right-hand side way
must
too
have been
much, bro.
drifting, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
stay down the middle,
But you're
Mason,
right with
bro.
the youngsters, though. We want to see them.
We want to see them. Like, Oli, yeah, like, giving the youth a chance is not giving them 10 minutes, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? He's saying he's giving youth a chance, he's giving them 10 minutes. Ghana come on looking like he's ready to throw up a triple-double with
yeah,
them big
when he
shorts.
sold, when he sold,
Oh, he
when
spun, man, whoa! Oh, when Jimmy spun, man, yeah, I was in bitch, you know?
spun man like the roulette.
I told man, bruv, he sold man a Ribena with no straw, blood.
But if Ricky comes in the fan cams.
Yeah.
Funny, Ricky. He was saying, and he made a good point. He was like, "That's the best time to blood these youngsters in when we're 2-0 up. Give them a bit of confidence." He says, "You've seen when you've put them in." He's like, they're out the depth. Like, you're bringing them into a shit squad. You're bringing them on, like, maybe last 5 minutes when the game's already dead. Like, you're bringing on Mason Greenwood where we've not created nothing all game. Stick him on for 8 minutes. Like, you're throwing him, hanging him out to dry. Give them the game time when we're in a more comfortable position. But I think the problem with that is that we ain't been in any comfortable position for ages, so just play them.
But give him 20, give him 25, bro. Like, you could feel the atmosphere of that game. We were never losing it.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? At 2-0 up, bro, missed 2 pens and that, bro, give Mason a little 25 minutes, bro. Why not, innit? Like, we're not, and if we do end up conceding, it's not because you brought on a striker, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're changing the defense or the midfield. It's just things like that. Even with Jimmy, like, the midfield was calm, yeah? Giving Jimmy an 8-minute cameo here and there, bro. That is not believing in the youth, giving man 8 minutes. What is that? Like,
Well,
do you know
we
what I
got
mean? Like, look what Chelsea are doing. Yeah, that is investing in the youth, playing man.
Yeah, in
for,
the big
in the games and saying, you know what, this is your shirt to lose.
Well, maybe you don't think they're ready for it, though, Rants. Maybe they're not.
Well, if he's not ready for it, yeah, then don't be shouting. Talk them up, yeah, saying man's the best finisher at the club, and then give man 8-minute cameos, blood. It's all lies, bro. Like, pick your avenue, innit? Like, you can't do them both. This little 8-minute thing is not believing in the youth. That means we got no one else on the bench, so I'm just going to dash you on for 8 minutes. It's not the same, bro.
Yeah. All right, let us know what you guys are thinking. Thanks for the questions. Make sure you keep dropping them, and we'll try and get through as many of them as possible throughout each show. Now let's get on to Chelsea. All right, man, just to finish off the show, Chelsea next game, midweek Carabao Cup. Look, it's nice to win a trophy, innit? So obviously we want to win the game. But obviously our season's been derailed so massively in the league that obviously that's the most important thing. We've got to change players around. It'd be nice to go with the same team, like against Norwich, but there's no point.
Just change it, blood. And if we get clotted, we get clotted. Bro, we need to focus on the league, bro, because the way we're looking in the league, yeah, we could go on a run of like 3 good results and be in the conversation again.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? We have to focus on the league, bro.
So who looking at it then, give me some kind of predicted team lineups. Who are you resting? Because we have to keep some quality out there. Because
we'd have to keep some quality out there. Obviously,
Romero in goal.
Yeah, Romero in goal for sure.
Yeah.
I guess Tanzebi's still not fit. I wouldn't start Aaron, no.
So what would you do then? Ashley Young right back?
Probably, yeah. Probably Ashley Young right back. I'd still play Harry Maguire. Is Tanzebi fit?
He wasn't even on the bench. So if he is fit, then I'd start him.
I'd play Jones. I'd play Jones, mate. Yeah. I might even play Jones and Lindelof and rest Harry Maguire, to be honest. Yeah. Because I can't remember the last time Maguire's had a proper rest.
Yeah, okay.
He plays every game, even the League Cup games he plays. Like. Yeah. So I'd rest him.
I'd start Brandon Williams.
Yeah, I'd start Brandon Williams, or I'd even start Rojo at left back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of them.
I'd start Rojo at left back.
Yeah.
In the midfield,
I'd keep McTominay in there. I would, because I think he's robust enough, and I think he's got that in him.
I don't know. I'd be more likely to. Well, I'd still go with the Fred McTominay double pivot because I want them to get used to playing together. Yeah. Because I think that's our best double pivot. Do you know what I mean? Like,
maybe start Lingard in the 10.
Start Lingard for sure in the 10.
Yeah, he played well against Chelsea last year.
Or start Matter in the middle probably in the 10. You're right. Play Jesse on the right.
He played a false 9 there last year. Remember?
Play Jesse on the right.
When we beat them.
I'll see how Martial and Martial's holding up, because I think that was his first start, wasn't it?
Yeah, first start. No, second. No, because he started midweek.
Of course.
And he came off early.
I'd rest Martial then. I wouldn't.
But he only played 70 minutes again. So would you maybe start
I'd play
him
Daniel James on the left and play Rashford up front for this one probably, and play Jesse on the right. I wouldn't start Martial because he started 2 games, bruv, and he's been out for a while. I wouldn't want him to get injured again because we need him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So.
And Rashford,
I'd play Rashford up front in this game, and I'd play Daniel James on the left.
And Lingard on the right. Okay, so mix it up a bit. So you wouldn't even play Martial?
Nah, I wouldn't start him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start
Bring him off the bench maybe.
Yeah, man. I just don't think it's worth risking him.
See, it's hard, isn't it? Because then you got the counter of like you want him to keep the role going. And would you not start him and then bring him off early?
I'd be more happy to bring him on with half an hour to go if things aren't going our way. Because you never know. Chelsea might rest man as well.
Yeah,
and then
I think he'll probably shuffle his pack, Lampard.
Do you know what I mean? So
it'd be interesting to see what type of game.
Yeah, we can't anticipate the kind of.
Is it? Because we've got 2 positive results.
Yeah.
1 positive performance, but 2 positive results in the last 2 games. Could it derail us confidence-wise if we go and get a pace in, or if we lose, or is it just that's the cup, we get out of the way and we
because
go
it depends
for
on how you manage it as a manager.
Yeah.
If you say, you know what, guys, this ain't our focus this season. I want to give certain man minutes, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
That loss, if they lose, ain't gonna mean shit.
Yeah, especially if it was a team that isn't our starting
If
team.
you put out the starting team and they get turned over, then it's like, rah, this is our league rivals, and then
Yeah.
we still got to go there in the league and get clattered as well. Then their confidence is down.
Because don't get twisted. Like obviously Chelsea will be confident, and there's only a few changes maybe Lampard can make. We're not Chelsea experts, so I don't know, but I think they might probably play not far off their strongest team, maybe a couple of changes here and there, but whatever team goes out, they're going to be very strong, they're going to be very confident, and rightly so, they're in a good moment.
Yeah.
So it is going to be tough, but you look at how we played against Norwich, and I know it is against Norwich, but with that team out, it's like we could go for them, but we know we're not going to play exactly that team. So it's a hard one. I just want to see a good performance.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to the 5 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I would.
Would you do that?
Yeah, why not? Why not? So you're away from home.
Yeah.
You're not going to be playing your strongest team.
Yeah.
Play it
Give
safe,
us a
innit?
chance, innit? Yeah.
Give us a chance.
So
At least
set
if
us
we're
up
still
not
in
to
there,
just get battered and see what happens.
Set us up to not lose first
Yeah.
and foremost, and try and hit them on the break, because that's how we're going to beat
There's
them.
going to be some of you at home thinking, nah, go for our throats, go
Nah,
for the
bro,
throats,
how did
go
we
for
beat
it.
them? We beat them on the counter last time.
Yeah.
Chelsea are a possession-based side. They are.
Yeah.
Watch them play.
Yeah.
We're not going to out-football Chelsea. We
Nah.
have to hit them with pace on the break, bro.
Which is
So-
what we did to them last year.
Yeah, so even if he goes with the 2 of Daniel James and Rashford up front with Jesse behind them, could work. Do you know what I mean? With the 3 at the back.
All right, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Actually, give me a score prediction on that game.
I don't see us winning the game. I think it's going to be a 1-0. I think it'll be a close 1-0
Yeah,
to Chelsea.
and then obviously out of the cup. And then on to Bournemouth, actually, to be fair, because there won't be another, this is the end of the show, but there won't be another Flex Rant show before the Bournemouth game.
Bournemouth.
That's Sunday, tough game. Obviously, like you said, you're going to want our injuries given. Like then everyone comes out unscathed after the Chelsea game. We want our strongest team out there. Go how we did against Norwich. Go for it. 4-3-3 again.
Yeah, but I just don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. That smells of a draw to me. I don't know.
You think?
I don't know. It feels like a 1-1 to me, bro. But I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah,
wrong.
I'm gonna give a bit of confidence. I think we win 2-1. I think we win 2-1. I think I can't see us beating Chelsea. I think we'll go out.
Yeah.
I think we'll go out. But I think we'll go out 2-1 as well. 2-2-1s for me. 1-2-1 win, 1-2-1 loss. Because I think he will ring in the changes against Chelsea, and I just think it'll be a bit much for us at this point. Never know. Imagine we go and win that. Imagine we win that and then go win against Bournemouth.
If we win that,
Then that is Ollie at the wheel again, no?
No. No.
Rants, big up socials.
At Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, and obviously check out the YouTube channel as well.
100%. Flex UTD across all the socials as well. And more importantly, make sure you guys are following United Stand and liking and dropping us a message as to where you lot are watching from, as you do every week. Love that. And interact with us, man. Hopefully 2 wins out of 2 for the next games.
Hopefully, for sure.
But I think it'll probably be 1 win. Hopefully. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos. And if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.